Aloha everybody, thanks for tuning in. It is March 25th, 2020. Please make note of that. It is not today, the day you're watching this. We haven't been going out as much to try to be safer. That is the Mānoa Pālolo drainage canal that you're looking at, and it will lead into the Ala Wai Canal. We are here starting on Lau Street, and up ahead is going to turn into Iolani School driveway, and the path we're walking on is Iolani School Trail. So yeah, this walk is going to be about an hour and 14 minutes, and we just wanted to show you this route. We did this a few days later, and we were kind of concerned. We felt like there were too many people out and about on this walk getting exercise, and I don't blame people, because everybody's getting restless and they want to go outside and get exercise too. But I guess the key is to find routes and places that don't have as much foot traffic on it, so or wider walkways. I mean, it's almost safer to walk around in Waikiki on the sidewalk, where you can actually keep away 6 feet away from other people. So not encouraging one way or the other, I'm just saying. To the right is Iolani Schools. We're disturbing these construction guys who are on their break. These guys are working hard throughout this time. They don't get to stay home. I guess they're considered essential workers still. We're gonna check out this Sumatran giant lily. It's supposed to do well in some salty conditions. And the Ala Wai Canal is kind of a saltwater, brackish water environment. So you do see some saltwater fish in there, the more hardy ones, as it is not completely clean saltwater. So the canal runs from just northwest of Kapahulu Avenue along the length of Waikiki, then turns southwest to empty into the Pacific Ocean. Bridges cross the canal at McCully Street, Kalakaua Avenue, and Ala Wai Blvd. Ala Wai Blvd runs parallel to the west side of the canal in Waikiki, which you'll see when we get past all these trees. Another thing to note about the Ala Wai Canal, it is high in bacteria levels. Even though it is that way, you still have paddlers in there, and they are aware of it. So I guess the conditions are just right for there to be I guess practices for canoe paddling in there. And yeah, there's been instances where people get infections, or they get sick from going into that water or falling into the water. So just so you know, it's not the best place to fish in. They have signs posted along on the other side of the Ala Wai and the Waikiki side of the Ala Wai about that. And so I would definitely tell you, it's not a swimming place, and it's not a place to get food, although you may see people fishing in it. I don't know, I'm not sure how they don't get sick. Maybe they just have built up a higher tolerance to it somehow. Across this Mānoa Pālolo drainage canal is the Ala Wai golf course. Also, look at the pigeons.
Yeah, he saw.
Oh. This is a hangout. We're just cruising.
The birds feed themselves. They look for their own food. Man, just wish this place was crystal clear. Like, I wish no one, like, knew this place. The Ala Wai Dog Park. Ooh, what's that? I saw a yellow small bird.
You get a text that's in the water, it's not here.
I don't wanna.
This route is a part of the layout of parks, which is a combination of walkways and parks between Ala Wai Park and Waikiki, at the end of Waikiki, by I believe it goes all the way to the War Natatorium, where Kaimana Beach is. On the right side here is the Ala Wai Dog Park, and there in front of you, you can see Waikiki. I wanted to see if you could see the fish in the water, but it's kind of brown over here. But most of the fish in there are tilapia. Sometimes you will see some puffer fish, and other times you might see barracuda or this goatfish, which we call veke. Straight ahead, you're looking at the Ala Wai Community Garden, and to the right of that is the Ala Wai Elementary School. The Ala Wai Community Garden is kind of cool because you can rent a plot, and they're all sectioned off, so you can grow your fruits and vegetables. I believe it's not too expensive to rent, but there's sometimes it's all full, so you might have to wait. So if you're living in an apartment, this is an excellent way to still be able to grow fruits and vegetables or flowers. Just wanted to apologize in advance. You'll notice in this video that everybody may not be practicing the best social distancing, the 6 feet. This is kind of early on into this whole virus thing and keeping 6 feet apart from each other. And I feel nowadays we're doing a lot better. Although this particular trail or that we're walking on, or pathway we're walking on, it's hard to stay 6 feet away from people at certain places. Over here we have a lot of area, but later on you'll see it gets more narrow. Nowadays we go completely around. We'll even go out on the street sometimes to go around people. So, yep, just wanted to apologize for that. This is early on in this whole thing. I don't know. It's a pump or something, maybe. You just generator. I don't know.
Equipment in there. The housing.
Because they're still doing the dredging, yeah.
Yeah, I see like some kind of digger. Look, they're making a roof for this new house. Or like a
Oh yeah. Something.
second floor.
It is. Up ahead you can see past the canoes, they are dredging again. Basically they're cleaning out the bottom part of the Ala Wai Canal. As over time it starts to build up again, all that settlement and water junk that comes down and mud and muck, whatever. I think that's all the equipment they're using for that. This is the Ala Wai Community Park, which is kind of closed now. You don't have access to it. You can't drive into parks, but we're just walking through it. And ahead you can see the McCully Bridge that is going into Waikiki. I never talk about the equipment I use, but I am currently using a GoPro 8, a Hero 8 Black, and I'm not using it with a gimbal. I'm using it just with a grip. So if I don't keep it horizontally straight, it'll be sideways. So I try to keep it straight as possible. But the stabilization in the Hero 8 is really good. And you have the option to turn the boost up really high. Straight ahead where that bus is on, that's Iolani Boulevard, and across there is McCully Shopping Center. And this is McCully Street. We're gonna walk up McCully Street across the bridge. Oh. Cool. Kapuna is the word we use for elderly. So we're now on Ala Wai Boulevard. Straight ahead at the end of Ala Wai Canal, you can see Diamond Head. Diamond Head is a very popular hiking place. It's not too difficult, but it is hot, and the trail is a little rugged, so you do need some hiking shoes if possible, or at least some jogging shoes. I've seen people do it in heels, but it's not advisable. There is a fee to go into Diamond Head. It's $1 a person if you're walking in. It doesn't matter if you are a resident or a visitor, it's the same price. And if you are driving in, it's $5 for each car. But many times the parking lot's full, so you may have to wait, or they might tell you you can't park and you have to come back later. There are areas you can park outside and then walk in. We're looking down Niu Street, and at the end of Niu Street is Kalakaua Avenue. The street on the right side is called Powell Street. It's not Powell Street. It's Powell. There is an okina, which is the backwards apostrophe between the A and the U, and then there is a kahako, which is the line over the U. So it's Powell, not Powell. If there was no okina and kahako, it would be Powell Street. And you know what Powell means? Powell means finish. And if you're wondering, I am not proficient in the Hawaiian language, but when you grow up in Hawaii, you learn to pronounce things, and you learn the importance of the, the kahako and the okina. They're part of the Hawaiian alphabet. So that's just like in the Spanish language, I believe. So if you don't say the word correctly, then you're saying something else. This street on the right is Ke'oniana Street. The parked cars here on the right side. This is all free parking area, but it's really hard to find. There is one day during the week that you cannot park here at all. So if you have been parking here overnight, you need to move your car, or otherwise it gets towed away. And that day they kind of spend time beautifying, cutting the tree, cutting the grass, cleaning up the area. This is Kuamo'o Street on the right side. There you see it. So there are signs about this that you are not supposed to ride your bike on the sidewalk. In Japan, they ride their bikes on the sidewalk. So when you're here in Hawaii, there's no riding your bikes on the sidewalks. Those two ladies you see riding there on the street in the bike lane, they're doing a good job. That's what you're supposed to do with a bike. You don't want to knock somebody in the water when you're on the sidewalk. This on the right side is Namahana Street. And I'll tell you a little story. When I was younger, I was riding my bike through Waikiki on the sidewalk, and you're not supposed to do that. My bike handle, while I was going, latched onto a lady's purse, a tourist's purse, and she freaked out and thought I was stealing her purse, and she grabbed onto it and pulled back, and I was all like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I just put my hands in the air and I just said, I'm sorry. And she gave me that look like, she was really mad at me, and I was so embarrassed because that was not intentional. It just happened, right? So, yep, don't ride your bike on the sidewalk. It's not safe, and some weird incident can happen like that. You don't want that to happen. This is Olohana Street. Every once in a while you'll see these stairs go into the Ala Wai Canal, and there's signs over there that tell you not to fish in there and that the water is not safe. But I always thought that was kind of interesting that they had that. I guess it's an access point to the water, and sometimes when I see a canoe paddler tip over, sometimes it's hard for them to get back into their kayak or their canoe, so they come over close to the wall and go by the stairs, and they can get back in from there. This here on the right is Kalaimoku Street, and at the end of Kalaimoku Street is Kuhio Avenue, and then you can go a little further and it goes to Kalakaua Avenue. And if you go across Kalakaua Avenue, the road changes to Saratoga Road, and that's where the post office is on the right side, and then you also have eggs and things on the left, but that's further down. This lady is awesome. She's nice. She moved out of the way. Social distancing. Lau Street is here on the right side. So something to think about when you are getting exercise out there and you're on one of these paths and walking and you have joggers going by you. You know, they're breathing heavy, and you know, I guess this is the reason why they're telling everybody please wear masks when you're outside, for safety reasons. People may not know that they're infected, and they can still pass it to somebody else. There you can see everybody's asking what's going on with the homeless. They're still around, and I saw a article that said that the homeless are actually exempt from the stay-at-home order, and they're still able to hang out like that. But I noticed that they are not in more public areas. They're more in, you know, quieter areas now, instead of right there at the tables in front of the beach in Waikiki. This is Kaiolu Street. Wanted to also mention that it's possible that a lot of the homeless have checked into shelters, or you know, gotten help from programs like Honu, which is a program that helps the homeless. And one thing that happened when all the parks closed was the restrooms closed too, so they don't have anywhere to wash up in public areas or use the restroom. So I hope that most of them have gone into some kind of a help program or shelter. So on the left side there you can see the Ala Wai Dog Park, and to the right of the dog park is the Mānoa Pālolo canal drainage. That's where we started our walk. This is Lewis Street. are a lot of locals that live here in Waikiki. So a lot of these are not hotels, though some of them are hotels. But yeah, there are actually people, residents of Hawaii that do live in Waikiki.
The what?
So across the Ala Wai Canal, they're on the left side. That is, or straight ahead actually, that is the Ala Wai Golf Course. It is a public municipal golf course, but right now they're all closed. This beaky bike rack thing, it's working pretty well. A lot of people use this. You rent a bike, you ride it to whatever destination, and then you're supposed to park it back in another beaky bike rack. This is Nani Street, and if you walk down Nani Street all the way to Kuhio Avenue and you cross Kuhio Avenue, in between the buildings is Duke's Lane, and you know what's on Duke's Lane? Duke's Marketplace, which has that kind of vendors there that are kind of like the old International Marketplace. You can get a lot of souvenirs there. I believe that is the Holiday Surf Hotel with I think it's a humpback whale on there. I like looking at that picture. It's nice. Where's all these pigeons coming from? I think they just wanted some camera time. If you're wondering what kind of trees those are, these are coconut trees. It's part of the palm family. Coming up here on your right side is Nahua Street. And at the end of Nahua Street, at Kuhio Avenue, is the back entrance of the International Marketplace. Oh, I didn't know you could see International Marketplace from here. I don't know. found a pufferfish?
Wow!
Hey, oh, cool.
Nice.
Good job, Austin.
Oh, I was looking for one for you and you found it. See, I couldn't see it.
There you can see on the left side, the sign that says no swimming or fishing.
Oh, look, it's all cracking over there.
Unfortunately, this wall over here looks like it needs to be repaired. I know I've seen them repairing some of this wall area slowly, which is actually a sidewalk also. But I'm not sure if we have enough funding to do all the repairs.
Okay.
City is having problems because a lot of the money is going to the rail system that they're building, I believe, and it's costing us more to build that rail than they projected. Here on the left are a bunch of Plumeria trees, and if you don't know what a Plumeria tree is, it's these flowers that come off of the tree. They're a lot of times, depending on which variety it is, they could be good for making leis. The bigger petal ones that are kind of floppy are not so good for making leis, but I think some people still will make it make a layout of them, and they are fragrant flowers. They smell good, but I believe the red ones, I usually see the ones that are just red in cemeteries usually. I don't know if there's a story behind that. I know the Chinese consider red as good luck. And so there's tea leaves, red tea leaves at the Chinese cemeteries a lot of times. But yeah, I don't know about red plumerias though. I don't know if it's the same kind of thing or not. Another place where you can see a lot of different plumeria trees, and there's so many different varieties, so you'll see different colors and a little bit smaller or bigger flowers, is at the Cocoa Crater Botanical Garden out in Hawaii Kai. Whoa, dude, that was really close. I guess I should have been watching out for that guy. Hey? But yeah, if you go to the Cocoa Head Botanical Garden, which is inside the crater, it's a nice walk around there, and at the beginning of that walk, you'll see a grove of all these plumeria trees. It's really nice in there. Cheryl likes it there because they have these huge cactuses in there also, and it's a free botanical garden. You don't have to pay. But I believe that is also one of the parks that are closed. All these state park type of things are all closed. On the right side here is Liliuokalani Avenue. There you can see more tilapias. And although some restaurants may serve tilapia, I haven't seen any in Hawaii that does that, but I've heard of that in different other places. I would never, ever eat a tilapia out of the Ala Wai Canal. This is Ohua Avenue. That is Paoa Kalani Avenue.
You guys look ahead, look ahead.
These guys are exempt, I believe, of the stay-at-home order and no lounging around because they have no home. And those are not the guys that are usually on Kalakaua Avenue, so I'm not sure where these guys are from. This is Wai Nani Way or Wai Nani Way. A kumu that I had taken Hawaiian language from said it doesn't, both is okay, just like Hawaii and Hawaii. Either way is okay. On the right side there is President Thomas Jefferson Elementary School. They were going to have the Scottish Festival there this year, but it didn't happen, so because of this. And they were going to have Celtica Pipes Rocks performing there. They're awesome. They're a rock bagpipes band. It's pretty cool. Around Waikiki, you will see these surfboard shapes standing, and it has such great history and information about what area that they are existing in, and you'll find them all over the place. So when you get a chance to, you should stop and read it. Some of these things are kind of sad to read about, and if you go to the Bishop Museum, you can learn a lot about the Hawaiian history. And yeah, it's not always the nicest things. We take for granted living here in Hawaii, and it was not gained by the U.S. government in the best way. And some people still are angry about that, even though it wasn't them. This was in generations before, but
some people has a higher tolerance of.
We wouldn't be here today with the way things are without all the events that had happened in the past. And some things are to be thankful for, and other things are to just know about them and know the sadness and the story behind it, and which might lead to reasons why some people think the way that they think. But to me, I always think you give respect and you get respect, and we just have to appreciate what we have, and and show that appreciation, and be respectful of it. On the left here is the Waikiki Kapahulu Public Library. I think it's awesome we still have libraries, since there's so much information on the internet now and you have them at your fingertips. You can just research things online now. You don't have to go to the library, and yet there's something special about having a book in your hand, about looking through a book. And sure, it probably doesn't have as much pictures as you can see online, but I don't know, it's just something still to appreciate, having a book or looking up things in a book. In front of us is Kapahulu Avenue. This road in front of us, going to the left, is the road driveway that goes into Ala Wai Golf Course. Where the traffic light is there on the right, that is the Cat Cafe, and Subway is right next to it. Cat Cafe helps cats get adopted through a non-kill shelter. It's not the Humane Society, it's they're affiliated with another shelter, an animal shelter, and that's one of the things that they do, aside from offering time to go and pet the cats and spend time with them, and aside from being able to order some tea or coffee to lounge in there and hang out with the cats. You can actually adopt them, but to adopt them through there's more paperwork. They're gonna do checks on you and make sure you're going to be a good person to adopt them. That colorful building in front of you, the one-story building, is Rainbow's Drive-In. They also have a gift shop, and they have another shop next to it that is partnered with them, I believe. I forget all the stores in there, but it's good to go check out that place. Not only for Rainbow's Drive-In plate lunches, which is awesome, but they have some other poke bowl place next to that, and Shimazu Shave Ice. Um, but you may have also seen Rainbow Drive-In in Hawaii 5-0, and I can't think of other ones, but I'm sure it's been in other. Oh, I think it was in Lost also. We were walking on this trail one time, and just me and Cheryl, and we were walking the other direction. And as we were walking, this golf ball came and hit Cheryl. It came over the fence and hit her. And, I was shocked that it had come over the fence and hit her. I mean, I know that's possible, but I felt awful. So after that, I would stand behind her whenever we passed by this area. So just in case, you know. Don't worry, she was okay though.
Etsuko wrote back. She said farmers markets are open for now. Yeah. Much.
Up ahead, that pink building, that is Snorkel Bob's. I'm not sure if they still do it, but if you buy defogger liquid container for your mask, they'll refill it for free every time you come by if you want to have it refilled. I am not sure if they still do that, but they were doing that for a while. Here are the Biki rates. $4 one way for 30 minutes, or was 300 minutes for $25, which is way better than paying $4 every 30 minutes. Our city buses are pretty decent transportation. And I think the price though has gone up. I think it's $2.75 one way. So if you compare that with the Waikiki trolley, if you're going to be in Waikiki and you want to get to some of the destinations on the trolley route, it's better to pay $2 one way for the, I think the pink line, and I forget which other line. It's $2 for one way, or you can stay on it and go back to the same place and get off, which is what Cheryl and I did once for video. But the city bus is pretty good. If you ride it all the time, you can get a bus pass. And I believe you can pick up the bus passes at places like 7-Eleven. So we are now on Date Street. And the Ala Wai Golf Course is on our left.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Please like and subscribe. We really appreciate all of you. Have a great day. Aloha.
So thank you so much if you've made it to this point in the video. You're awesome. This is a long walk and we really appreciate you sticking with us. I did want to point out that some people have been getting grumpy at us for being out and about. We are allowed to go out and get exercise. We are law-abiding people, and if we're told not to go out, we won't. But we've kind of taken it upon ourselves to not go out as much now, even for exercise, just because, you know, to be safer. Yikes, look at that house on the right. Luckily, no one was in that house when it burnt, so no one was injured. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe. And we really appreciate all you folks. Have a great day, everybody. Aloha.